out over incentive, employee pay and incentive, is that part of the? Okay, I was just wondering. I just want you to don't worry about it.
I haven't seen it in a while. We're going to have to, we've talked a little, but just on some of the grants we received and different things like that. So she's got to, we have a long discussion.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Village of Ruidoso special meeting. If you will stand with me for a moment of silence, and then we'll have the pledge and the salute. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of New Mexico, the Zia symbol of perfect friendship among united cultures. Thank you, everybody. I was praying for patience and understanding. That's what I'm praying for. Roll call, please, ma'am.
Mayor Crawford.
Here.
Counselor Eby.
Here.
Counselor Letterman. Here. Counselor Hooker.
Here.
Counselor Jackson.
Here.
Counselor Corey.
Here.
Counselor Salas is absent. Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Item number 1, agenda item is discussion and possible action on 603 Meacham Housing Development Project with White Sands Construction. And there he is. I didn't recognize you without your hat, Levi. Or Zeke, either one. Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you. So you got pictures, because I don't read so good, man.
Hi.
Thank you, sir.
I'll give you a minute to read over this cover sheet. Bless you. Okay, well, you're looking through that. If we could, you want to give us a rundown of what happened? Because we've, maybe not everybody's as well versed as the others. So
Good morning.
tell us where we're at. Thank
Good
you.
morning, Mayor.
Good morning.
Catlin Curry with White Sands Construction, Executive Vice President. So we were hired to design 603 Meacham. We hired a professional licensed engineer, designed the project, went through the review with us and the village, was all approved. Then we went out to bid, or the village went out to bid. We bid on the project, we were successful on the project, and we constructed 603 Meacham per the original engineered drawings. Well, after torrential rainfall that we've had, we actually had one of the lots, one of the walls actually slipped and failed. I say slipped, it just slid. So that brought up, why did this happen? So we went back to the engineer, who, mindful this engineer has not been very responsive. We're in a legal battle between White Sands and that engineer now. I have to go after the insurance.
And that's Marty Pilar?
That is correct. So it's a whole insurance battle now with between White Sands and them. Well, anyways, we went back and forth. It took him a little while to get revised drawings done. And what he originally failed to do is have what they call slip calculations on these retaining wall blocks. Like I said, we constructed everything per an engineer drawing when we did it, but the engineer did not do his job. So now we're faced with, we have to come in here, and as you can see on some of these lots, we're pouring a footing in front of the walls. I have to actually dig, and this is all manual labor. No equipment can get in these areas anymore. So it's manual labor, gotta get in here, pour the footings, dig these swells. Hopefully we can compact some of these berms with equipment, but, it's a lot of manual labor. I did, finally, me and Zeke, we reached out, because we weren't getting anywhere with the engineer. CID, Martin Romero has been great help with us. He requested a peer review, so another engineering company to look at these updated, what I would call insurance fix. That's what I have to call it. We reached out to Sauter Miller. We will be paying them out of pocket to do this peer review. We have hired them. They said they will have a peer review to us by Friday. Pending that peer review, we will submit that to CID. And I have been told by CID, if the peer review comes back good, they will approve, stamp these drawings, and we can go to work. Me and Zeke have made the commitment, and White Sands has made the commitment to stand behind our work. And I will send my own crew along with our subcontractors crew to do this manual labor. We're gonna have some earthwork equipment out there, but my earthwork contractor does not have enough personnel to come do all this manual labor. I'm in a fortunate position where we do, so I'm gonna send my own crews. And we will be, within 72 hours, if not sooner, we will have crews on the ground from White Sands to start remedying this issue. I did talk to Martine at CID this morning, and our plan is to turn over each lot so the village can occupy that. I think that's pretty critical. You guys can get people in those homes sooner than later. On behalf of White Sands, we'd like to apologize for the inconvenience. Kind of a black eye on us. We hired a professional engineer to do a job, and it did not get done. But we're gonna take responsibility for that, stand behind what we do, and we will get this done as soon as possible, pending weather, pending working on the side of a mountain.
All right. Well, thank you, Catlin, for that. And I know that state red tagged the project, so that's why there hadn't been anything going on over there to get done. So, and I appreciate the sentiment. I don't know how we could occupy one and then two, because we still have to do the road and all and I keep looking at Adam over there, but I'm gonna have to find somebody else to look at. You? Landscaping. I'm sorry, Adam, I just used to looking at Adam, now it's Levi. So, I mean, once they get them open, there's no way to go in there and do landscaping, or we'll have to talk to who's the landscaper?
We are actually.
Oh, you're the
contracted
landscaper.
Landscaping.
Okay, I didn't ever see, okay.
So once, Garden Mart is our subcontractor, so once we try to turn over a lot, maybe we can turn over one or two without, having to do the rest of that. But, I will have Zeke on ground, be checking on that job every single day. And we'll work with Levi to expedite this as fast as possible.
Okay. Do we have any idea what time frame we're looking at? I mean, is this by December?
My initial thoughts are, as far as the remediation work, I really think if everything is approved and goes, I think manual labor, I bet I can have it dug, the swells and the footings probably take 3 or 4 days, and then we're gonna have to pour the concrete and set the gravel and do the grading. I'm thinking you're gonna have about 2 weeks per lot.
Okay,
I'm hoping once we do one, we'll know
What
right
to
away.
do.
But we are gonna encounter bedrock. We already know it. Yeah. We have a fix for that. We can actually epoxy rebar into that, and it's just as good as concrete. So we have a fix for that already if we do encounter it. We've looked at every situation. I think we're happy. If the peer review from Sauter Miller goes good, we're ready to go.
Okay. Would you explain to me where the swell's at? You're talking about that, and I'm just ignorant to what.
Yes, sir. So on the 8.5 by 11 sheets, you can see
Yes.
behind the wall, that's an inverse well that'll be lined with geotech fabric and gravel.
Behind the graded gravel? Or is,
That is the graded gravel line swell.
that is, okay, that's what I was wanting to make.
So that
Okay.
is more for, the way I see it, is more for vertical rainfall.
Uh-huh.
Because these blocks are meant to weep. They're
They are?
dry stacked. They're dry stacked blocks. You don't grout these blocks.
So they didn't need, because I know we had talked at one time about having, set up like a French drain, and then others was a drain pipe that was in it.
Right.
And so, Levi, you've had a chance to look at these?
I have, a few weeks ago, they sent them over. I don't know why did we decide to go from the French drain back to not doing the French drain? You know, I'll speak on that.
Sure, there would be no possible way to over excavate safely behind some of those.
Uh-huh.
Do that. My theory, that's why they're having a peer review,
Uh-huh,
is if these walls naturally, leach water,
leach,
they're not grouted.
okay.
So they're gonna naturally leach water. Then the need for a gravel drain just kind of defeats the purpose of that wall. If we get the vertical watershed, if you have, a torrential rain, it'll be collected in this invert swell, but these walls naturally leach. So putting a pipe and trying to excavate safely around there it doesn't.
So I know, I have a lot of faith, and I think this council does, in Souder Miller's engineering. I don't know which engineer they got, but this Pilar, is very suspect. So I guess, once we have the engineers, that's what we do, is rely on the people that we hire to get it done. Because I know that discussion was had early on about digging out behind the wall and putting in a French drain, and then you have the space in the house. And then when we got there, it was just butted up, so we'll have to wait and see that. Well, hopefully you guys prevail in your legal battle, especially on the O&E insurance, because this is, we still have, with the housing shortage that we have, I don't need to tell you how critical these are. That's why we've been kicking and screaming to try to get these done, because we've got a list of people needing them.
Totally understand.
The peer review, is that of the latest engineering?
Of these drawings right here, yes, sir.
Okay,
Of
so
the-
it's like an unbiased opinion that this is gonna work?
Correct.
Okay.
And then
Mayor and council.
if they come back and say, oh man, position number 2 on this thing, whatever, that's totally wrong, needs to be changed. This other engineering company then, do they give us a whole new set of drawings?
We'll work with SMA after that, to get some kind of fix. We have to give Pilar, for legal purposes, the opportunity to fix his wrong, but it just takes too long. So we've hired SMA to do peer review, and any corrections to his drawings, we'll have them, we'll work that out between us and SMA.
And then at the end of the day, when all this is done, no matter whose drawing you go with, CID has to come in.
Yes.
And give the check off to the work.
That's correct.
And that's when Martine, once they get the peer review and it's good, then he will take the red tag off, and then they can start working on these projects. But if the peer review does not go well, then they go back to the drawing board, but CID's in front of this.
Correct.
Ron, do we have tenants lined up?
Mayor Crawford, Councilor Corey, our Kylie there has a list. There is a list of ready to go. I mean, there's a long list.
Fully
Yes.
occupied.
Yes. And Mayor and Council, going back to what Catlin said with the peer review and the engineering, a lot of times with some of our projects that we've had to hire a new engineer, if it's already stamped, they're not going to touch it. They're
Nobody
going to
wants
go.
to do it.
The liability would fall on them for someone else's stamped plan, so they'll have to work that out, so.
Mayor and council, just a quick comment. One of the main reasons that the initial red tag was placed is because the engineer had failed to get a permit on the original
yeah.
site. So when Levi makes his comment related to, we're not sure why those changed, that third-party review was supposed to confirm that the drainage component did meet the new specs or did meet that initial permitting function. So that's going to be taken into account, Counselor Corey.
Okay, thank you, Mike.
Okay. And not to be confused where I was confused, you got Marty Pilar, and you got Marty Howell.
Or Martin Romero.
And I know, but yeah, and then, but Marty Howell's with SMA, that's who, so I was confused, why are we using this guy again? So we have different engineering firms.
So then does this need to be an action? Motion?
This does, yeah. I mean, we need to go, the only thing I don't know, what are we approving?
Mayor and council, we worded that in case there was some action that needed to be taken. No action has to be taken. It would be considered an update, and then the minutes would reflect no action taken.
Okay.
Mayor, I got one question.
Yes.
Just out of curiosity of what went wrong, because we don't like to know what went wrong. You mentioned that the previous engineer did not, or missed a slip calculation. Could you explain what the importance of that, and is this would that be an uncommon?
So after, what was it, Lot G? After Lot G, that unit, that wall slid, I should say, we were concerned, so we brought Marty back, and then Pilar Engineering, and he failed to do what they called the slide or slip calculations on the retaining block walls. Thus, this is the new fix, putting the concrete footer in front. So the slide is the back pressure of what the blocks are retaining, the dirt that it's retaining. So, that's what he failed to do. He didn't calculate how much pressure that was gonna, that's why we have Unit G that kind of bowed out, with this new design and the swells. He believes, that's why we have SMA coming to do another one, that this will be the remedy and how that will, all the calculations will be accounted for once that's done.
But then the question was, why wasn't this caught? And the answer is, it was never permitted.
Yes, and White Sands hired a licensed engineer to design, and that he failed in his role.
Okay.
It's just
Any
hard to,
comments there, Levi?
No, Mayor, I don't think so. A lot of it, I think, will be dependent on the peer review by SMA and how that goes.
Okay.
so as they're doing the walls, can we pave the roads?
No, they have to get all finished with that. Then we're not paving, we're putting down,
Yeah,
Asphalt millings.
yes.
Counselor Letterman, Mayor, there was a few sites that the drainage, the roadway is gonna have to change in elevation, so that'll have to be adjusted at the same time. These plans should reflect that, correct me if I'm wrong.
And
So,
added curb and gutter for better drainage.
Okay,
because there's a lot of ruts over there right now, a lot of.
and then I have one more question.
And Mayor and council, I do think it's important to mention that during the initial review of this, Levi had made some comments and concerns to the roadway and their concaveness versus how they should be built for that drainage. And that was also noted on a few RFIs that we had submitted to the engineer. So we do want to make sure that those are captured, and we have talked to CID that they have reviewed that, and that the third-party review for the peer review is taking that into consideration, because there is now an increased amount of flow due to the burn scars, so they'll have to take that into consideration as well.
You understand the difference, concave, what they were doing, huh?
I'd like to go out there. Yes, I know.
You know, the road will be like
Yes,
this
yes,
now instead,
yes,
yeah.
Yeah. Fence looks great. Are we painting because some of them are gray and then some of them are white in front?
Mayor, Counselor Letterman, so that fence there in the front, that's not finished yet. That's all gonna be white, the whole fence there in the front.
They
And
welded it
then,
and-
I also did meet with the contractor, spoke with him yesterday on the phone about painting the inside of the fence there on the R panel, fencing around the side, the white, on the inside. So we are looking at that. I did speak with the mayor yesterday morning on that.
Looks good. I was just wondering. the
That
checkerboard.
fence out front, the white one, they're welding it and everything, and you're right, there was primered and different ones,
Okay.
those, that'll all be painted.
Yeah.
And then the new fence, it looks like wood on the outside, the inside's white with that, we're looking at getting that all painted.
Okay.
So, I just hope that this goes through. 'Cause, we're missing, not only is people missing homes, but we're missing revenue too, so it's just costing everybody
Tons of money.
around the whole, for a project that had so much promise and should have been, we would have hoped simple, and then with all the rains.
Yeah.
And I've been over there before, when that stuff gets wet, you can't even get out of it. So it's been tough, and so, look forward, hopefully the peer review goes well.
Yeah.
Any other questions or comments?
Thank you for the
Thank you.
update.
So when will the final, I know some of them still aren't hooked up to electrical, it looked like it still wasn't tied in, are all the homes tied in, plumbing and electrical wise?
Mayor, council, so the meters for P and M are held up on a green tag from CID or from manufactured housing, correct me. So once this portion is complete, then they'll actually release the meters. The only meter that P and M has released is the one on the streetlights. The plumbing is finished, it's 100% complete, gas is finished. We're just waiting on this portion, and then P and M, they're ready to go when we get the green tag from manufactured housing.
Okay, so, one person that I haven't heard mention this whole deal is Home Spot.
So Home Spot is complete as well, Mayor.
Have they been paid?
I'm not,
No, sir. There's actually
We have paid them?
we've paid them, I'm not sure exactly where, percentage-wise, where we are, Michael, or.
They also have a bond pending.
Okay, so because we still need walkthroughs, and I know there's still, I've just looked in some of the windows, they may be shut up, but they're not showable yet. Some of the windows still have plastic and stuff on them. There's still mud on the side of some of the homes. All that's going to be taken care of?
Mayor,
Who
so.
does that?
Council, so as soon as the lights are on and the electricity's on, then they're gonna come back, they'll have water, they'll have electric, they're gonna do a deep clean of these homes, and then we'll be at
Do a
100%.
walkthrough to check for water, because we've done that before when we
A
didn't
lot
have
of times there's cracks,
water
there might
hooked up.
still be some cracks and different things on the walls and whatnot, so.
Okay. Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Catlin and
Apologize for the.
Thank you very
Zeke.
much.
Thanks,
Levi,
guys.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 2, discussion of possible action on adoption of Resolution 2025-32, a resolution authorizing the participation in the Transportation Project Fund, TPF, program administered by the New Mexico Department of Transportation for fiscal year 2025 in the amount of $2 million.
Mayor, Council, Ron was looking at me this time. How's it
Yeah,
going?
so that's why you got up.
Mayor, Council, this is the new TPS funds that we went to the CERTO for. And this is for the White Mountain Sunny Slope Drive portion of this.
We also have Cree Meadows and Meander, and White Mountain Meadows Drive.
I meant White Mountain Meadows, I'm sorry. So it'll go up White Mountain Meadows, through the gate, all the way around the circle, the Sunny Slope portion of it, and then Meander and
Cree Meadows.
Cree Meadows.
What's the timing, Adam?
It'll probably be this next summer, just depending on when the temperatures come back up. So
And this will be self-performed, or are we going to hire it out?
this will be hopefully another Cutler process.
Okay. Okay, any questions?
Mayor, I move approval of Resolution 2025-32, a resolution authorizing the participation in the Transportation Project Fund program administered by the New Mexico Department of Transportation for fiscal year 2025 in the amount of $2 million.
Second. Okay, any final discussion? Good job on the presentation, gentlemen, thank you. Roll call, please, ma'am.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
Counselor Jackson?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
Counselor Eby?
Okay,
Adam, you see-
item number 3, discussion and possible action on adoption of Resolution 2025-34, a resolution approving a second amendment to New Mexico Department of Transportation Local Government Road Fund Cooperative Agreement, L 200-597. Yes, sir?
Mayor, council, this is the agreement for the TPF funds.
No, this,
No.
Mayor
No,
and
this is,
council, this is the second amendment for the cooperative funds
Well, I'm sorry.
for the Innsbrook area that we'll submit. Just in case we're going to have to wait to complete it next year, we want to have this amendment in place.
Because, we were going to finish up Innsbrook, and then it got flooded again on July, and so NRCS is still waiting on engineering to redo Innsbrook, so we can't go in and pave where we've replaced all the water and sewer, because they'll just rip up the pavement with the track codes and everything. So to make sure that, because the time limit's running out on this fund, Ron's got ahead of it to get an extension.
So
And in our-
this is just to finish up what had already been.
Yes, and NRCS, they were set behind by a certain engineer also.
Should be named Marty
Pilar.
Pilar.
So that's where we're at there, and this here will be submitted to the Highway Commission Board for approval, just for another extension, so.
Adam, a related question. I've gotten a couple of calls about Main Road. Any plans on repaving?
Yeah, Mayor and Council Corey, so it's not gonna be repaved right away, we're still getting the flooding and stuff, but Josh is up in that area. They did move from Innsbrook to Black Forest for that part of the co-op project. So we can finish that and then hopefully go back to Innsbrook. But in the meantime, if we can get up there and break off of Black Forest, if we have to mix leftover in the afternoons, we can go and do some patching.
Okay, very good.
Because they'll have to do a lot of patching, some of the shoulder work and different things up there.
Yes, sir.
And we have got to figure out that runoff from Perk Canyon.
Yes, sir.
I know we've rigged something up where it runs into the river there constantly.
So, Mayor, Council, on the main road side of it, MP Chavez is actually on Johnson Road right now, doing a low water crossing and cementing Johnson Road in. That way it quits eroding. They did put another 24-inch culvert there to try to drop in that drop inlet. We need to clean out that drop inlet, but as far as Perk Canyon, our DRC is up there right now, desilting and trying to make the road a little bit wider. But yeah, we need to figure something out. We do have an engineer working
It's
on the
gonna have
drainage
to
in
be
that area.
because we get calls all the time on water leak. It looks like a water leak coming through there, but it's just water coming off Perk and.
Yep.
Okay, anyway. All right.
Do you need a motion?
Yes,
Okay. I move that we adopt Resolution 2025-34, resolution approving a second amendment to New Mexico Department of Transportation Local Government Road Fund Cooperative Agreement, L200597.
Second.
no discussion. Roll call, please, ma'am.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Eby? Aye. Counselor Jackson?
Aye.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
Thank you. Item number 4, Chief, discussion and possible action on memorandum of understanding between the Village of Ruidoso and the City of Ruidoso Dance for mutual aid assistance strictly for major vehicle accidents and fire-related emergencies excluding EMS services. Does Chief Minner need to be here, or you can handle it?
I'm not sure if Minner has anything to say about this.
Well, emergency on vehicles or whatever, does this cover police too?
Mayor, this was written for fire services.
Okay, just for fire service?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Chief.
So this is a MOU for the mutual aid response for the Ruidoso Downs. They were under the assumption that if there was a car wreck, EMS, anything that they had an emergency down there, that our dispatch was supposed to automatically dispatch us down there to take care of the situation. So that's not any way, shape, or form the way that it's supposed to be. I went back and found the last mutual aid that we had was signed in 2021, and it was with the county, it was with there were several partners on it, but Ruidoso Downs was one of them. And that, the only thing that's changed between that and what we're talking about now is the EMS response. So basically, I said that we should go down there and help them anytime because they don't have a fire department that is capable of taking care of the situation at this point. They only have a few people that are certified to go into structure fires. And so they're asking us for help, but I explained to them that us helping them is us not doing the job for them. So they have to respond to the call, take control of their call, and then request us. And then we'll come and help. That way, we excluded EMS calls because Lincoln County EMS takes care of that. Lincoln County Fire OES is supposed to take care of their initial response as well, but they're a long ways away. So I want to be a good neighbor, but we can't be floating the bill for them the entire time because it's expensive every time we go down there. Whether it be our water, our resources, our equipment, something's getting damaged and we're paying for it. So.
Mayor, I've got a few questions. First, did Mayor Holman ever reach out to you?
No, not on this at all. I know that there were discussions when they had a shortage of firefighters, and we reached out, same with the police department, that we would do some response or whatever while they were in the hiring mode or trying to get things done.
Well, and Chief, that was the last time we discussed this. It sounded like this was a temporary problem, but the way the contract's drafted, we're on the hook for the entire fiscal year. How did that evolve?
I don't, I'm not entirely sure. So I'm not sure that I haven't been seeing a contract.
And Mayor and Council, this agreement was written by Paul Kipper with the New Mexico Self-Insurance Fund. Zach reviewed it and I believe placed a date on it, and it's up to council whatever date. One recommendation was go to December 31st, since there'll be a new mayor coming in or a new governing body. And also,
I admire, Chief, your willingness to help our neighbor. My concern is we're using resources of the village of Ruidoso to basically address problems the city of Ruidoso Downs has.
Do they compensate us?
No.
No,
And then Mayor, my last question, or two other questions. The fact that we're agreeing to cover an area outside of the village boundaries, does that impact our ISO rating? Are they gonna second guess us as far as equipment?
If we did an automatic aid, yes, sir. A mutual aid, no, because in the contract it's written that unless, we will respond as long as we have our jurisdiction covered.
Okay. And then a final question, Mayor. When we had last discussed this, I had asked about getting an indemnification from the city of Ruidoso Downs. Did we look into that?
Mayor Crawford, Councilor Corey, Zach has reached out to the attorney from Ruidoso Downs and
And I've got no response.
I'm just, this concerns me. It's
and also,
respect to the Downs, this is their problem.
Mayor Crawford, Councilor Corey, in our discussion with AJ Forte and Clinton Isley, they said that anything that we would be covered, we're both under the self-insurance fund, so we would be covered when it comes to insurance. We'd have that coverage.
But it's the wear and tear and the additional resources that we do use, the fire suppression, whatever that we're using on the jobs.
Well, and hypothetically, you respond to an issue in the Downs, and then we have an issue here, and at the same time, and, do you redeploy your crew?
And Councilman, that's happened, unfortunately, that happened several times, and I have to call in additional resources that are off, because we personally, right now, we're not adequately staffed as a department as we are right now, so in order to take care of them and ourselves, yes, I have to call additional resources in.
I think, unfortunately, Mayor, if I may.
Go ahead.
We're getting, and rightfully so, way, way into the weeds. This is something that has loosely existed between fire and EMS forever, i.e., if Nogale Fire, or Bonito Fire Department gets a structure fire at the Flying J Ranch and they say, we need help, you guys are coming. That's just what happens. They need law enforcement. that naturally happens on a day in and day out basis. Tell me if I'm wrong.
No, sir, that's
But we're
But
supportive.
now, oh, absolutely, always. And I don't think any statements that's being made here says we're not supportive to our neighbors. It's just that unfortunately now we're putting words on it. We're putting, oh, and now you will do this and now you shall.
Expectations.
Exactly. The expectations
Yeah.
unfortunately have gone from, hey, we're gonna be a good neighbor. We're gonna come, we're gonna help as best we can. Now it's,
Your
hey, neighbor,
primary-
you're coming first, and then I'll come after. It's like, well, hold on a second.
I won't come at all.
Right. Yeah, you handle it. I'll just stay at my house.
In Chief Hall, the last fire, how many firefighters showed up from the Downs?
Chief showed up over there and that was it.
Oh, my gosh.
Assistant Chief Biley,
Yes.
so we were calling him Superman. Your lights on, T-Bone.
So did you guys respond to that then and put, or work that fire?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
So they called you first.
Correct.
And that's the whole emphasis behind this, to get this thing settled, is that we are not your primary. That Downs, you need to figure it out.
Well, and that's where too, if we continue to be a good neighbor, but now you're getting taken advantage of.
Oh, yeah.
And unfortunately, it comes down to a government entity to another government entity to say, you guys need to figure it out.
And I
Well,
think
and-
with us having, or them having the new election come January
And that-
1st, we need to sit down with them.
And that underscores the fact that their governing body has not reached out to.
Well, Mayor Holman reached out when the fire chief quit some time ago, a year or two ago, whenever that was. I don't even remember. That, could we help cover that? And the same with the police department before they got commander while Chief Chavez was here. That would we help them answer calls? And we have done all of that. But to the fact that we are right now, no, nothing. And nor have I reached back out to them. I didn't really realize it was such an issue until after I was briefed on what happened on the last fire, and that the assistant chief was the one, and their staff didn't show up.
Mr. Mayor, and to both chiefs, my understanding from your entry presentation was that there already is a memorandum of understanding of 2019, is that correct?
That's 21.
21, is that still in effect?
Yes, because nothing has taken place since then, so it'll stay into effect unless we revisit them.
So is there any reason for action on this item?
Yes, because that one is very broad and states that we're going to go and take care of every emergency service that happens in the Downs.
The previous one is?
Correct.
So this defines it more clearly? What's your take on either chief, your take on this as it's written today and presented?
I don't know anything about this MOU as it stands. I know we've run into the issues where we've been covering calls in the Downs because they've been short-staffed. They won't, after hours, their phones go off and we're literally.
You're it.
And I think Chief Hall's kind of in the same position, even with his guys, that I understand there's an MOU in place, and if we say, yes, this is your problem, but none of our guys are gonna sit there and say, well, we're just gonna sit here and watch it burn, at some point, we're going to be the neighborly people. We're gonna go do the jobs that we're paid to do. However, it does lead to the jurisdictional issues on our part, the compensation part, we're going out of jurisdiction to help these other entities, and we're not able to take care of our own, and that's happened to us a couple of times, and as Chief Hall said, it's happened to them as well. So, there has to come a point where, we can go, and I've given direction to my guys to basically do it you will be asked by the agencies that are responsible to assist, but as soon as they're there, you need to get back, and that's only if we can afford to send you at that point in time.
Well, and Chief Minter, that reflects the fact you're shorthanded.
And truly, yes, we're shorthanded, and I just don't have them. I've got two people working one shift, and if they get a domestic down there, and I send, 'cause for safety reasons, I have to send two officers, because the county is an hour out.
Right.
The Downs won't answer their phones, or state police is not even in district, then we get something that happens in town, then we're stuck, and my guys have literally been stuck in this issue where, what do we do now? Because we can't just leave this to come up here and deal with this in town. And, our primary should be here in town, but, it's just trying to manage the things that we can.
Chief Hall, you referred to the MOU of 2021?
Yes, sir.
I don't recall seeing that. Has that not been ratified each year?
It needs to be, they should be looked at and addressed every single year, but no, sir, it has not.
In Chief Hall, that was not only the Downs, it had the county and Muscalero on that one there. It was a regional MOU
Yes, sir.
for mutual aid.
And I think that was because there was fires in different jurisdictions, and we would go help them, and we were just wanting to be covered
Yes.
on insurance and things like that, that we could go over. And I know this last year, or maybe it was the year before, we had some fires on 70 that you showed up, put out before Mescalero showed up.
Yes, sir.
So the same thing has happened a couple of times. And there were phone calls made after that particular instance, what happened. And they had a breakdown and were appreciative, and they were going to take measures to correct it.
Yeah.
But on the Downs level, they've just never had personnel.
Correct. So
Well,
they-
they've got us.
Yeah, and that's why we're doing this, is to let them know that it's not us, we're not your primary.
But it could maybe stem from us being consolidated, that they just feel like.
Well, there's
maybe
one
we're
thing to be
just
consolidated in dispatch, but we have our own police officers.
I understand.
We don't have our own police officers. We have our own fire department. We don't have our own fire department.
Ron, can we take a look at that MOU? Sometime soon.
Yes, Mayor Crawford, Councilor Corey, we can provide a copy to the MOU from 2019. 21, sorry about that.
Well, and I'm also concerned that we're not officially ratifying it every year.
No.
I was getting ready to say the same thing, Yvonne. I was like, hey, we'll just talk about it next week, but we moved into it. This is its own meeting right now. I think if the chief is comfortable with what he's presenting to us, then I would support that. Maybe with a review come January, the first meeting, because then that's a new government down there.
Oh,
with
yes.
Maybe a word from us or notice from us coming back saying, here's what we're offering to you now. You've got this much time to get it going, and then here's what.
And this goes to their governing body.
Yes, and Mayor and Council, they may not even place
the
it on their
agenda.
agenda or approve it, so we can always,
Well, and Councilor Hooker recognized this contract, the way it's worded, doesn't expire till June 30th. So if you're contemplating cutting it back,
Just something. It's like they say, though, I think we would be the first move. They've got to do something then we continue on for sake of doing something.
It's just coming up to that season where there's structure fires, it's getting cold and,
Yeah,
we're
we
already.
they had a house fire down in the Downs.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, it's a bad timing for them, but it's not, it's like we said, this is not our problem. This is their problem that we're addressing for them.
I'm making a motion, Mr. Mayor.
Okay?
I'm going to make a motion to approve the memorandum of understanding between the Village of Ruidoso and the City of Ruidoso Downs for mutual aid assistance strictly for major vehicle accidents and fire-related emergencies, excluding EMS services.
Second.
Any final discussion? Roll call, please, ma'am.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Jackson?
Aye.
Counselor Corey?
no.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
And Counselor Eby?
No.
So what, do we have 3-2?
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. And then, and I'm sure this will go to, probably won't make their agenda. And we'll have to address it with, and that's in November. When's that election?
November.
It's November the
Fifth.
first Tuesday.
Yeah,
But they don't take office though till January 1st.
right.
and Mayor and Council, Zach and I will reach out again to Nan Winters. He's their attorney, and get that. Hopefully Zach will be able to reach her today, so.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Item number 6, discussion of possible, wait a minute, am I on the right one? No.
No,
Number 5. A discussion of possible action on task order 2024-004P-14 with Souder Miller and Associates for professional engineering services on the development of a long-range water conservation plan in the amount of $78,391.58, including New Mexico GRT. Good morning.
Good morning, council and mayor.
Good morning.
So this is for the, to update the water conservation that we already have in plan. We already have one. This is just to update the water conservation plan.
Okay. Do you have any comments, Connie?
Mayor and council, it's always good to update plans, and especially with the changes from the flooding, I think it's a very good time to be looking at updating.
Okay.
In mayor and council, I know that Councilor Salas, he had asked about this at one of the meetings, but this also is going to look at all the triggers whenever we do water conservation. You know, right now, our water billing, our rates are based on water conservation, on the way they're set on blocks. And also, we are still on an emergency, level 5 still. And that was all in part of the Anaconda line. Whenever we built that, we had to be in that, at the time, Scott Verhines was the state engineer, and he approved us with that project, but we had to be in the level 5 emergency, which we still are in today.
And where's the money?
So, Mayor, Council, Councilor Hooker, this will actually come out of SGRT. And like Connie said, it's good. I think it's been almost 10 years since we've updated this plan. And the triggers for our level 5 through level 1 water restrictions, this is going to take that account, being our drought situations, our water levels, and the floods.
And Mayor and Councilor Hooker, we're also applying for some planning grant funding from the New Mexico Finance Authority also.
Are they also going to be looking at our water conservation ordinances?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mayor, move to approve task order 2024-4P14 with Sutter Miller and Associates for professional engineering services on the development of a long-range water conservation plan in the amount of $78,391.58, including New Mexico GRT.
Second. Any discussion? Roll call, please, ma'am.
Counselor Jackson?
Aye.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
Counselor Eby?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you. Item number 6, discussion possible action on task order RFP 2024-004P-01, Amendment 2 with Cobb Finley and Associates for professional engineering services on the watershed-based plan for an increased cost of $165,042.00, including New Mexico GRT, and a total project cost of $401,916.91, including New Mexico GRT. The village was awarded a grant for $359,210.00 from the New Mexico Environmental Department.
Mayor, council, this grant agreement was brought to council back in July. But this is just the change order so that we can transfer the funds to the account so that we can start invoicing.
Yeah.
I move that we accept task order RFP 2024-004P-01 Amendment 2 with Cobb Finley and Associates, Inc. for professional engineering services on the watershed-based plan for an increased cost of $165,042, including New Mexico GRT, and a total project cost of $401,916.91, including NMGRT. The village was awarded a grant of $359,210 from the New Mexico Environment Department.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Jackson?
Aye.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
Counselor Eby?
Aye.
Item number 7, discussion and possible action on acceptance of a grant agreement between the Village of Ruidoso grantee and the State of New Mexico Department of Finance and Administration for Housing Projects, Project 25-J2491-3, in the amount of $5,374,500 and no cents.
Mayor and council, we were very fortunate. We've had some discussions with Secretary Nair with the Workforce Solutions, and we had submitted our plan, our project plan of different projects that we provided that were our priority to move forward with other housing developments. So that took a little while. We finally, she reached back and said DFA needed to approve the projects, and they had the funding there, so we made a few calls and.
Well, they didn't give us what we wanted for our project,
No.
so this isn't enough to do
Yes,
all of them. The rest of it went to Albuquerque and Las Cruces for homelessness, the 100+ million. So we're happy to get the $5,374,000.
So how are those funds to be used?
These funds, the eligible expenses on here is also purchasing property. So we'll be purchase property and do any type of housing development, and we're working on some other projects with this also.
So Ron, that's a pretty broad statement, purchasing property.
For housing.
Okay,
For
so
housing.
There's the
Yes.
caveat.
Oh,
that
yes.
For housing, is
Yep.
there a caveat that it's, all of the units should be for affordable, or
No,
how does that work?
we haven't got that far yet. This is just accepting the money, and $5 million won't do a project. So we're having to work through those, and when we have a project, then it would be at that time, are they going to be subsidized, affordable? Is it going to be private investment, which is what we're hoping for? So that wouldn't even be a portion of it. There's a lot of things that we have to get into before we get to that point.
In Mayor Crawford, Councilor Corey, on the LMI, on the low to moderate income and the levels like that, we'll still be working on that, so.
Absolutely.
To see what, like the additional funds we did receive for 603 came from the New Mexico Mortgage Finance Authority, and they elevated that to, I believe it was like 275%, which prior to the Meacham Meadows was only at 150 AMI, so we're not sure there's going to have any restrictions when it comes to that regarding the
She told me that there
rentals.
were no restrictions on it, that we
Okay.
could purchase land.
Yep.
And then
If it's used for housing.
if
Yeah.
it's used for
Yeah,
housing.
you can't just purchase property.
Yep.
Okay.
If you don't place the housing on it, then you're going to have to revert the funds back.
Very good.
Plus this 5 million, it only goes for housing. It cannot go for any other
No.
disaster or,
No.
yeah.
Yep.
No, we were hoping for a lot more than that, and we'd send in some, I don't know if I call them exact shovel-readies. They were more, we have properties identified, we have things that, but, nothing had been done because we didn't have any money. And they called and said we wanted them, they were going to fund them, and then it all went to Albuquerque and Las Cruces.
And we were expecting 3 million. That's when we had a
Well, this
Zoom call.
particular one.
Yes.
You're just, whatever I was telling you about the 20+ million,
Oh,
you just
yes.
said we weren't, we were expecting to have that.
Yes.
And then we were told, well, at least we can get you 3.
Well,
Yep.
my God, we'll take 5
Oh,
million.
yeah, absolutely. So
And
we,
it came back at 5.3.
so we're a little surprised with the amount from the 3 million that we thought that we would receive, so.
Have we received it?
Yes.
We've already
Then we
received.
get to 5.3, we haven't got it yet?
It's a grant reimbursement.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll
okay.
have to go through through the notice of obligations, and anytime we spend, and then we'll submit for reimbursement.
Okay.
So we have to spend the money and then we get.
Yes.
So Ron, on here, on the disbursement, it says that you have to have a expenditure plan and a project timeline. So we have a project in,
On that, Mayor Crawford, Councilor Eby, we'll be working on that, and we'll be getting that to DFA and working with, we have somebody we're working with, a developer, and we'll have that all submitted.
Mr. Mayor, move acceptance of grant agreement between the Village of Ruidoso as grantee and the State of New Mexico Department of Finance and Administration for Housing Projects, project number 25, J2491-3, in the amount of $5,374,500.
Second. Oh, I'm sorry. Give it to Joe.
Joe? Roll call, please, ma'am.
Counselor Jackson?
Aye.
Counselor Eby? Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Corey?
Aye. Okay, and we'll move into closed session. Can I get a motion to move into closed session, please?
Mr. Mayor, I move that we move into closed session for discussion of limited personnel matters, citing 1015-1H2 NMSA 1978. Further discussion subject to the attorney-client privilege pertaining to threatened or pending litigation in which the Village of Ruidoso is or may become a participant, citing 1015-1H7 MSA 1978. And finally, discussion of the purchase, acquisition, and/or disposal of real property and/or water rights by the Village of Ruidoso, citing 1015-1H8 MSA 1978. Any action taken as a result of the closed session will be brought back into open session, and I so move.
Second.
Roll call, please, ma'am.
Counselor Jackson?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
Counselor Eby?
All right, thank you. We'll go into closed session. Before we do, just want to remind you that there'll be a funeral service for Dallas Draper Friday at 11 a.m. at the Convention Center.